Just one touch means more than words can say. Just one touch, and I know I'm gonna stay for always.
All right, let's give a shout out to Ivan Phillips, who is the first person in the chat today. And you win nothing for being first in the chat today. But what you get is us three. That's the best gift you can ever get to somebody on a Friday.
You win nothing. Definitely. Nothing. You guys get to hang out with us first.
And we got Scott. Scott's in the chat. So welcome, Scott. So it was kind of an exciting week, really, if you really think about it. You know, Tuesday we had the Truth Seeker on, but she always brings a huge following. I mean, she comes on, you got like 70, 80 people watching. And then yesterday was such a blast. You know, I recommend Matrix. If you ever get a chance, watch yesterday's video with Eileen Coates. She's great. She was talking a lot of stuff where I was like, man, you need to come on today's show because you'll mix in well with the Matrix Unveiled. I mean, the stuff that she was talking about, living in a, you know, in a Matrix world. I'm like, she would have been perfect, but she's a blast. So anybody who missed her yesterday, trust me, watch that. That was a great show. And then, some of you might have seen the video that Matrix was on here before. This is his second time. So if you guys haven't seen that first video with the Matrix Unveiled channel, it's great. Let me put his link.
Is that milk?
Let me put his link.
Not milk.
Go back to StreamYard. Okay. This link is actually linked to his video that we're going to be showing in a little bit. But if you link to his video, you could sub to him that way. So it's no big deal. So, and last time the Matrix was on here, I think I was at maybe 1,600 subs, and you were at 800 or 900. And now, just a month later, maybe 3 weeks later, you're over 1,000. I hit over 2,000. And that's fantastic. I mean, that's like
it is.
That's an accomplishment, man.
Growing together, my friends.
I had such a great time in his chat a couple of days ago. That was such a great chat.
That was a great
guy
chat.
named something Red. I forgot his
Synergistic
full name.
Red. Yeah, he's
and
great.
He had that cool marijuana guy just kicking back.
He actually his name is Zen, and he literally was coming down from 3 tabs of acid. So everyone was like, "Oh, I love your vibe, bro." I'm like, you guys don't know. He was literally tripping on 3 tabs of acid like 20 minutes ago. So
the bats came outside of Barstow.
Yeah, exactly.
Hunter Thompson moments on camera. There we go. That's what I want to see. That
we got Jesse Inns that just joined. I guess he put a little thing on that says Trump has called out the media, which he always does. No big deal. Aaron Roka's in. But I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to share this one screen. I'm not going to show your video yet until more people come in.
Definitely.
But we'll start with this. I'm going to show you guys this. Okay, this is called 15 irrefutable reasons why we might be living in a simulation.
There it is.
So I thought this would be perfect for this show right here. And look what's number one. The 15 reasons we might be living in a simulation.
Mandela effect.
The very first one.
Doing the Nazi salute.
Effect. Now, I'm not going to read each paragraph. I just want to show you guys the 15 things that we might be living in a simulation. If you guys want to make a comment on one of these, go for it. But the first one's Mandela effect. Everybody in the community knows about the Mandela effect. We don't need to rehash the not documentary, but the definition of it. The second one is missing aliens. This is interesting.
Ooh, what?
Not just the words aliens. This is missing aliens.
Missing aliens.
We spent billions sending probes throughout outer space and should probably have found evidence of ET by now, right? Not so fast. aliens would likely be far more technologically advanced than we are. The thinking goes, so the fact that we haven't located them suggests that we live in a simulation they figure out how to escape from. Or maybe the computer we're in only has enough RAM to simulate one planetary civilization at a time. What do you guys think about that one?
Actually, I don't know what he's the expert on that one.
Well, I'm not an expert, but
you're learning on it. You're more learning on it. There you go.
Yeah.
How about that?
There's definitely no outer space, as we've talked about in the previous, chat or the previous live stream. And there's definitely aliens. I've met aliens many, many times, and they're not physical beings. Like, yes, they can become physical, but they can shift their frequency to become plasmic or light beings. They are interdimensional beings, and they are existing in this reality. It's just a matter of the frequency that you tune to. So it is a computer system, from what I understand, but not in the computer system like we understand it, like a computer that we built. This is a highly sophisticated universal computer system.
So this computer does have enough RAM?
It does definitely have enough RAM.
Yeah. It might not have enough RAM.
But, the double slit experiment, if you've heard of the double slit experiment, where when you observe something, light changes its behavior, that's an example of using RAM because it's changing its behavior. And when you look away from it, it stops acting one way. So that's literally, the processing computer stopping using its energy to render in a certain setting because they would be wasting energy of the computer. And, that's vital energy that the system doesn't have to waste.
That makes sense.
That's a good one.
How about
what number 3 is?
Hold on. What about can they defecate or urinate an alien?
Well, they are light beings, so they don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't poop. I mean, if they turn into a physical being, yes, like they would have to render their energy down to a lower vibrational physical incarnation.
Hopefully they don't. Well, hopefully they don't poop because we don't have enough toilet paper for them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, with coronavirus, that's gonna be kind of hard sharing toilet paper with aliens.
Yeah.
But what's his name? The North Korean leader has that. He doesn't have that problem. He doesn't shit.
Really?
Yeah.
No wonder he's got such a big stomach.
That's what they say. He don't defecate, so he doesn't have this problem with the coronavirus or aliens or nothing. He's kind of like a light being himself, basically. Then.
Well, here's number 3. Number 3 is electrons that can't make up their minds.
Ooh.
Exactly. Electrons. This is what I was talking about right here. This is the double slit experiment.
So in physics, famous double slit experiment. There's the word. You didn't even know that I was showing this. Electrons are fired up at a. Bob, you read this. There's too many big words for me.
You got to zoom in. You're talking to the blind guy. Oh, let the blind guy read it. Okay. Zoom it. Make it bigger, though. We're not handsome. There we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me try to read this best I can. In the physics famous double slit. I always think of banana splits. Double slit experiment. Electrons are fired at a photosensitive screen through the slits at a copper plate, usually producing an interference pattern that indicates wave-like behavior. But when the same experiment is conducted under observation, electrons behave like particles, not waves, and there's no interference pattern. Some have taken this to mean our simulation is conserving its resources and rendering certain things only when it knows we're looking at them. My God.
Exactly.
My God. He couldn't say better than that.
Should I go to number 4, or is there anything you guys want to say about this one?
So I always have to ask the question, though, not to debate anything. You have because I went to school for it, and I had the box, and I was asking somebody if I could debunk it, and they're like, "You can't debunk it." I said, "Well, let me try." So I'm just saying hypothetical. I might have debunked it, but so you have the background pattern and it receives the information from the photons. So you have a double slit. when you're looking at it. And the what they consider looking at it is not a human, but there's an actual counter. It's a little corner piece of metal. It's a little box in the corner. It's black, and it counts the photon. It counts them. So that's how it's observing it. So it's using that. And so my debate was, what if that little box is actually giving electric plasma? And as soon as you introduce new plasma in there, any electrical plasma whatsoever, it interferes with the actions within the box. So they took it out, and they did it anyway. And I said, if I put a little battery from a watch in there, and then there's no counting, but just any kind of plasma, or I can put a snail in there, a living snail, and walk out, it'd have the same effect. And it usually did. But so you got to ask yourself, what is the observer? Is it a machine? Because we're not using human eyes. We're using a machine, and machines give off electrical plasma. But again, it sometimes it has faults in that too. So I'm just throwing that out there. I wouldn't say I debunked it, but you could put a little battery in there about that big, and it will have the same effect.
I think it's any sort of electrostatic field.
Yeah.
Which is consciousness. So that's essentially what it is. Consciousness observing consciousness.
Yeah, that's the big argument. It's still on the table, so I'm not debunking it.
This is a good one right here, guys. This is a good one, number 4. DNA that contains a computer virus.
Ooh, that's you, dude.
In 2017, a multidisciplinary group of researchers of the University of Washington, right here in this state, proved that they could embed malicious computer code into physical strands of DNA. Their aim was to show that computers working in gene sequencing you can get attacks, okay? But they may also have, man, these words are big for me. I got word problems, but you guys can read it. You guys know what I'm talking about. So what is the DNA that contains a computer virus? What does that mean to you, Matrix?
Let me see. I'm going to read this. So, well, I'm guessing that there's mutations in the DNA, and DNA is just strands of like A, T, G, C, I believe, which are like the different, what do you call it? Amino acid groups within the DNA. So they're different strains, and that's basically just ones and zeros. Like if you look at it, the DNA can be broken down to just ones and zeros. So when there is manipulation on that ones and zeros, when there's damage to the DNA, that's literally causes malfunctions to the biological organism. So it's interesting, like when you break it down at the base layer, even the body is made out of just ones and zeros, which means that it has to be computer code. And, there's a lot of people that have talked about different psychedelic experiences. They actually are able to rewire their DNA. And when they do that, that's literally them changing the code. And then the DNA is literally reconfigured. And that's something you can actually do.
Wow. So, because Mandela Miles says, our DNA will kill it, Woody. Laugh out loud.
my opinion is if you go into if you look at the chemistry, you have a cell, and then you have what's called organelles. You guys ever heard of organelles?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're
the little things inside the cell. Yeah,
they're inside the cell. So you have the cell, then you have the functioning parts of the cell, and then within that, like go even smaller, you have the organelles. And in the heart, if you have a plant, and in the heart of a plant, most people don't know that there's a little generator in there that keeps the whole plant functioning. That little generator is actually a virus. There's a virus that is the actual little battery of an entire plant. So you have a virus. Outside the virus, you have the other organelles, and organelles goes up to the bigger parts of the organs of the cell, goes up further. So that little organelle is just a little program. It's actually a separate DNA from the actual DNA of the plant. It's separate. So there is probably your extra alien.
Yeah. Well, Siege Man says we are chosen. It's a great time to be alive.
I like it. I like apocalypse stuff. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a great time with
it. This number 5 is actually climate change. How convenient. Our civilization is just set on the cusp of environmental child, suggesting we could be ancestors, simulation created in hopes that we show our creators how to solve an energy crisis. The theory overlaps slightly with the aliens as simulation quitters theory above. If we found an innovation solution to the climate crisis, ET beings might be returned to the crib the results. Might return to the crib the results.
Well, I think that there is already free energy, and it's very obvious that there's free energy. I mean, the pyramids are literally giant crystals. So the ETs have already figured out how to make the free energy possible. It's just the humans that we have suppressed the technology out of greed, not even because we don't know how to do it. Like, they've already figured it out. So, yeah, that's my thoughts.
I agree.
This is kind of funny. Modelo Mile wrote, "My neighbors is planning to have a barbecue, and I'm on the menu."
That's pretty weird, man.
Apocalypse, yeah, I got a leather jacket. I'm gonna put some football pads on it. I gotta paint it black though. I want it to match the jacket. When you guys get into the apocalypse, you want to look the part. I got some no finger gloves. I'm thinking about making a hand chainsaw for my hand.
You gotta get a bat and then put nails on it and just walk around.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, are you thinking of a mohawk? Are you going to dye your hair? How do you want to roll with Apocalypse? Are you
I'm just gonna keep it short, and I got these katanas that I've been training with lately, and those are some sharp things. Like, they're actually right over there.
You should practice on camera. You should bring them out and just try it out.
I use them when I'm airbending, so it's like ridiculous.
Hey, Rob, your favorite guy his name is in the next number 6. Your favorite guy. It's what's called video games that look like real life. Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a believer in Nick Bostrom's simulation hypothesis, which possesses. That's too fucking long. I ain't reading this yet.
Elon Musk. He's interested in hair implants and lies. Oh, and little girls. So he likes young girls, hair implants, and bullshit. The guy is an idiot. He's an idiot with feet. He's an idiot that owns shoes. They gave an idiot a set of shoes and they taught him how to walk. And they said,
hold on. Are you saying that Elon Musk never put a car in space? What? Is this breaking news right now, Bob? Is this breaking news? Are you claiming there's no car in space?
The idiot amongst us. I mean, I want him in the apocalypse. I can't wait to meet, because I don't die. I'm a badass, and so I want to meet him in the apocalypse. I want to challenge him to battle. I mean, is that okay? You guys would agree, right? I mean, we could challenge each other to battle in the apocalypse. Yeah. I challenge Elon Musk to battle, and we'll see how he rolls.
Apparently, he explained 40 years ago we had Pong, 2 rectangles and a dot. Now, 40 years later, we have photorealistic 3D with millions playing, every day. If you assume any rate of improvement at all, then the games will become, a reality. The games will actually become a reality.
Yeah, you won't be able to tell. Yeah, because you're just manipulating matter. Once you have vibrating particles, you don't know if it's fucking just put there or it's been there. Oh, it's vibrating particles with a vacuum in it. So.
Number 7, weird news, which that's weird. Some have proposed
man, this article is turned to garbage.
Some have proposed that recent unlikelihood, including Donald Trump's election, breaks the 2017 Oscars envelope mix-up, and that year's 25-point Super Bowl comeback could mean we in a monofunctioning simulation, or whoever is pushing the buttons is screwing with us.
Oh my God.
Okay. So somebody's pushing the buttons is doing this on purpose.
As long as he gives me $1,000, man, because I'm stuck in England for a little while. I need $1,000 I get home. So if he can give us $1,000 stimulus package, he's okay in my book, that idiot. Other than that, he's an idiot.
But seriously, Matrix, you think somebody's up there like playing with us with pressing buttons so this shit could happen?
Well, I wouldn't say that they're pressing buttons, but they are observing the code and they are monitoring the situation. But they know when these fluctuations are going to happen, and these are parts of the game. So this is just bad code, basically, that's been sprinkled onto the Matrix. It was already known that it was going to happen. And so when you see it from like a bird's eye, not even birds, but like a eagle, I don't know, when you see it from all the way from the top, okay, like Eagle Vision in Assassin's Creed. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Oh, yeah. Assassin's Creed, oh yeah. Stupid movie, good game.
No, I like use your game. I love your game terminology. I believe it. I describe everything as a comic book.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, I went to school for science. I used to talk science. I said bullshit. Things are changing in front of my fucking face. Now I describe it as a comic book. I make it soft and easy and palatable for people to understand. So when you talk about it in a game sense, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm eating it up.
It's like a comic book, like there's like comic book writers and then there's comic book characters. And the comic book writers obviously know what's going to happen in the next scene. They can also edit a race. So, but
the next one is
we aren't the comic book writers and the characters.
Yeah.
Number 8, quirks with computer code. See, there's that word, computer code.
Here it is.
Yeah, Bob, you can read that one. I'll put it on high for you.
Okay. I have no pupils in my eyes. Okay. Seemingly not crazy, theoretical physicist James Gates claims he has identified what appears to be actual computer code embedded in the equations of string theory, and that describes the fundamental particles of our universe. He says he found error-correcting codes. They're what make web browsers work. So why were they in the equation? I was studying about the quarks and the electrons and supersymmetry. I think I saw him. He's an African American, right? Is he a physicist?
So that's for James Gates Jr.
Okay, yeah, I saw his stuff. He's like into the philosophy of nothingness. They always have that big debate about the nothingness philosophy. I like the guy. I like exactly what I like what he says too. I'm more of a God guy, but that's going back to religion. But right now, I like comic books. We're sticking with comic books.
It's kind of an interesting number 9. Why does our universe have rules in the first place?
Good question.
MIT cosmologist Max Tegmark has pointed to our universe's strict laws of physics as possible evidence that we live in a video game. If I were a character in a computer game, I would also discover eventually that the rules seem completely rigged and mathematical. In this theory, the speed of light, the fastest rate at which any particle can travel, represents the speed limit for transmitting information within the network of our simulation.
Exactly. Okay. What do you guys think about that?
I think that there's hardwired limitations within the game. Just like in a video game, like you can't go a certain place or you can't do a certain thing, like your character will glitch out if you try to do it because it's not possible. It's not been coded within the game. Same thing.
Okay, that would explain
an off-the-wall question. In the movie Tron, a human gets zapped into basically a game in a computer system. Will that ever be possible in a way that I could get zapped into a computer game, just like the movie Tron?
You are in one.
You are, yeah, exactly. You are already in one. And so in Tron, okay, this is a perfect example. So in Tron, notice how when he bleeds, when they're fighting, he bleeds, and there was like real player detected. Yeah. Right? You guys remember that scene?
Yeah.
So that is like how it works when you like awaken your consciousness. The NPCs are like real player detected. Oh crap. Like there's a real player in the game because they're so used to the NPCs being basically running amok. And like, it's an NPC because you try to share this information and it just like goes right through their head. Like it doesn't compute. It's not in their code, so they can't understand it.
That's true, dude. And the NPCs are what they call the normies or the NPCs. I like NPCs. I'll explain something to them and something will happen. A car will hit a horn and they'll stop and turn around and they act like I hadn't even mentioned. What were you saying again? I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
You can't tell me you just forgot everything I just fucking said. They look white and they're not lying. Like this, this is
Here's a good one right here. Number 10. It's not actually possible to prove we're not living in a simulation.
Ooh.
Wow. It may be easier to prove that we're living in a simulation than to prove we're not. Nuclear physicist Zoray Dovodede, whoever his last name is, believes that cosmic rays, the most energetic particles known to man, would appear as a pixel-like chunks if we are within a simulation, and unended beams if we're in a base reality. Meanwhile, New York or NYU philosopher David Chalmers doubts it's possible to prove that we don't live in the Matrix. You're not going to get proof that we're not in a simulation because any evidence that we get could be simulated.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. I argued with someone about simulation one time.
Was it an NPC?
Yeah, it was an NPC. It was an NPC. And the thing, because this person was adamant about simulation and everything's like it's running its theory. And so I was like, let me ask you a question. I said, do you ever see wartime? And the guy's like, what are you talking about? I said, actual guys shooting each other and dying. People with their heads blown off in front of you, blood on the ground, you yourself taking a shot, you're bleeding. It's painful. A guy screaming over there with his leg blown off. People like all over the place in pain and screaming, and children like the mud, and it's all chaos, right? At some point, you stop going, you forget. I go, at what point do you forget it's a simulation? You realize that you're fucked, and everybody's actually dying. Like the reality of it. Like again, the old joke goes, there are no atheists in a fucking trench. Everything's a simulation. Everything's fake until you're in a trench and someone shoots at you. Then it's real. Well, so the guy actually said, well, you know what? If I was in that situation, I would probably forget about simulation and start thinking about the old lizard brain and start, fight or flight at that point. And I go, yeah, now you're using your brain. It's no longer a simulation anymore.
Hey, look, your buddy's here. Red.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Our boy, Synergistic Red, is here. So what's up, brother?
Yeah, I was almost calling him out because I thought he said he doesn't like beer. So I learned that you do like beer, dude. So you're all right.
I don't like beer. I don't like beer because I know it's an intelligence, it's energy. So like it lowers my vibration a lot, and I just don't feel good when I take it.
So you're young, you're strong. You got the right idea. For me, Bob, we're already old. We're too late for us.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna drink beer. I'm gonna smoke DMT or take LSD. Like I don't, it just doesn't do it for me.
Beer is medicinal. I always say it's medicinal. It's slightly recreational. However, at a certain age, it becomes medicinal. Now, I've drank with a lot of Indians. I drink that scotch, man. So and then men always told me it was medicinal. They never ever said they were drinking ever. They always say this is medicine. They've always told me.
Now, guys, number 11. What the hell is Goldilocks zone?
Oh, that's easy.
That's the bullshit theory that they talk about how the Earth is like in this perfect little cocoon between the sun and like all the other whatever planets, and it's just like perfectly cocooned, and it's like just not too hot, not too cold, just right, like Goldilocks.
That's it. You can't top that. I can't top that. Was perfect.
Yeah, it says that we live in such an orbit sweet spot.
Yes,
is circumstantial evidence for simulation. If our sim designers wanted us to succeed, it makes sense that they place us in such a cushy environment.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. This is mine. It makes more sense than Ghost. Let's see. Paranormal events are not hauntings or aliens encounters. Whoa. But glitches in the simulation. The theory is the theory is the one most explored on Reddit forums like, are we living in a simulation and are glitch in the Matrix?
I used to follow those. Yeah.
We user explore big ideas in philosophy, funnel into detail of the I feel like I'm in fucking school. I'm sorry. Cult. Story front exists in a town from one day. Then it doesn't. Explanation includes a slip between the parallel timelines or a pop-up. A car passenger sees the world rendered in the sky as entering a new part of a video game. Elevators are a frequent setting for glitch stories. The jump between floors seems to encourage a slip within dimensions.
Well, that's you, dude. You go ahead, man. You talked about it last time. About ghosts, and give us your ghost theory for the mate. That's good. You got a good one last time.
Yeah, I mean they're just code, so everything is just code. They're literally just running their same code, and there's different dimensions, quote unquote, but those are just levels of vibration, and so they're just locked in certain levels, and they're not able to get out. Like ghosts are not really high vibrational beings; they're not really intelligent. They're just like humans that died or NPCs that died and weren't able to get out of the place due to attachments. And that keeps their energy at a low level, so they're not able to break out of that code. So by being stuck, I think I'm hearing echo, by the way. I don't know if I can.
Is it my echo?
No, I don't hear no echo.
Okay, maybe my headphones are just really like sensitive, but whatever.
It's you have two things up. If you have YouTube up on another channel on there.
No, I don't got anything.
Okay, I don't either.
Okay, it's whatever.
You sound great.
All right, perfect. So, they're just codes running, and a lot of like ghosts. Like I watched this video last night. It was actually on ghosts, and a lot of ghosts try to pretend like they're evil or demons or something. That's literally just to scare the people that are around, because humans have a natural fearful tendency of anything extra dimensional or interdimensional, and so there's so much fear around that. But really, they're just other intelligences. It's like you don't get scared when you see a squirrel, do you? That's the way we should appreciate.
No, I want to eat it. Just do.
Yeah, I want to eat it. I see animals that get hungry. I get hungry. I do. I went to the park the other day. There was like deer there. I'm in England, and they don't see it like that. And I'm American. I had it my whole life. I stopped, man. My mouth watered, man. I was thinking turkey, freaking venison, steaks.
See, Bob's a perfect example of American Werewolf in London. Oh,
in fact, I've already got it marked out. I'm happy I saw them fucking thing. It's on a private ass preserve with all these deer. Guys, believe it or not, now if we go apocalypse, I'm gonna wear my with my shoulder pads and then wear my no finger gloves. I might even do a purple mohawk. I'm gonna hunt them deer down. I'm gonna eat them. I'm gonna be eating good over here.
Fast, man. You better be fast enough to get.
I'm an American werewolf in London. I will chase them down.
I'm gonna sit back with your 12 gauge and just go.
Well, Red is laughing at you, Matrix. He says, "Ha ha ha! Welcome to the echo feedback interrupter, COD."
Yeah.
So I think number 13. Let's go number 13. We already know what the bricks of our matrix are. According to simulation believers, we may have already found the pixel-sized building block of the universe, the Planck length. The point is which our concepts of gravity and space-time no longer apply. If our world is simulated, the Planck length would be equivalent to 1 bit of information or a pixel.
Yeah, that's Planck's constant, which is used in physics formulas. I remember learning about this in high school. So, like, there's literal like mathematical rules. So if we didn't have those rules, then we wouldn't be in a matrix or a simulation. It would just be a free flow. You'd just be able to do whatever you want.
Yeah, you gotta have laws. Always have laws. If you have laws, then the game's over. It's over when it starts. Because every character in there can destroy everything.
We all be flying, shooting fireballs out of their hands,
We're fighting every day.
Shape shifting into reptilians and then squirrels and eating each other. Like, who knows what would happen?
You're a woman. Ooh,
You're a man. Left. Number 14. We've already good at making simulations, and we're getting even better. In 2014, the Harvard Smithsonian, I don't know what the fuck that is, connected 8,000 computers to create a 350 million light year simulation of our universe and digitally aged it over 13 billion years. That same video game franchise has sold over 125 million copies. In its first decade shows we're interested in playing with simulations too. If and when a future version of humanity finds themselves with the ability to create more realistic simulations, it wouldn't be a surprise if they opted to use it.
Nice. That was a lot of words.
That was a fucking lot of words, man. Yeah, for me, hey, I'm not you guys. Now, Matrix is a college student. He could probably read this like nothing. Let's just go to
easy for him.
What is Yanni versus L'Oreal? Even before we read that, what is that? What is Yanni versus L'Oreal?
That's the dress where people were saying, was it a blue dress or a gold dress? I never paid attention to that. But it's possible people are in like two different dimensions. It's also possible people's eye receptors and like photoreceptors perceive light differently. Which
yeah, you're right. Same photo. Use blue dress and a gold dress. Okay.
And there's two words. There's a couple of words that will sound. They sound different. There is an echo. I can hear it.
Yeah. See.
I don't know if it's on my end though. I can't
it's
tell.
It's the Matrix fucking with us.
The Matrix is fucking with us. I don't know. That 1, 2, 3.
Hopefully that was a little fun. I don't know. I thought it was fun. But I want to show your 7-minute video. But do you Matrix? The video I want to show from you is, let me find it here. Oh shit! I kind of hold on.
You lost it.
I think I accidentally X'd out the YouTube on another tab, but I'll get it right here in a second. And I want to know if you want me to play it where we talk over it, or just play it and not talk over it. Let me find it. It's the one. It's one at Terranesis. Yeah.
Quarantine.
You want to talk over the video when I play it, or just play it?
No, just play it. Just play it. It's cool.
Okay. Hold on. Let me hit pause. Here we go. Let me get it ready. Let me hit share screen. So guys, I'm going to show you a video from his channel.
Movies. Is this a panty raid?
Rob, are you trying to get me shut down already?
No, I was wondering if we did a panty raid like a sorority house. This is college stuff, right? I'm gonna mute my guys so you don't hear me.
So, thought I would do a little bit of training and record it for today's video. Nothing too fancy or whatever, but the point is that we're going to be practicing with energy because, you know, it's good to work on your skills. And since basically the whole Matrix has been shut down due to this supposed virus, we are going to be working on our skills. So I'm going to boost the sun real quick. Because I like that solar energy coming through. And what I'm doing is I'm dragging the solar energy from the sun and dripping it down to my location. So I am using digital somewhat. So the reason why people get sick and tired is because they have a lack of electromagnetism within their body. And so when you are lacking this electromagnetism, you will naturally get tired very easily. But see, when you learn to charge yourself and you learn to connect back to the energy source of nature, you will become immune to all of those things.
The Matrix is fucking with us.
Very, very healthy and very, very strong.
I have to wait till they stop spinning.
Energized all the time. Because the body truly does run off of bioelectricity. But
he's got such a beautiful voice. We don't need to see the video. We just need to hear it.
And so you need to be fueling.
Hold on, it's still spinning, guys. I can't take it off yet.
To keep it running in proper order.
Yeah. Usually when I'm using energy, everything freezes.
Yeah, looks like it might be. Oh, okay, it's going.
Let's go ahead and this energy.
At least you're getting the best parts. You're getting the best parts.
Okay. So keep yourself charged during these times, okay? This is the time to be working and connecting to the energy. And if you don't know how to connect to the energy, see my course, Charge Your Soul's Energy. It's in the description, and it will teach you the basics on how to charge your energy signature. So what I'm doing here is I'm just practicing a little bit and working on my magnetics.
I'm sorry. Guy asked, how do I do that breathing?
I'll show you.
We're just flicking the energy. Okay.
Looks like it froze again.
Oh boy.
So I'm assuming this is outside the sorority house.
No, that's my house. That's my backyard.
Oh, damn, dude. That's a castle.
Yeah, it.
You're getting good. You're getting good stuff. Though. You're getting the best. You're getting what you call the meat from the potato. You're getting good stuff, though. It does that every freaking time, man. There's your matrix fighting against you. Does it like the good?
I think what he said. So I have to wait until it freezes again, and then I'll stop it. But I think we got the main point, and then we can have him tell us what he's actually trying to do there.
Yeah.
So it's still frozen on my end, so I can't do anything yet until it unfreezes.
Understandable.
So I might have to reboot my computer if it doesn't unfreeze, but you guys will be able to stay on and talk.
So, the thing is that when you use energy, no matter whether it was played in the past, like in a video, or if it's you, that energy affects electronics. Okay, this has happened many, many times where people have played my videos or I've played my own videos and the technology will stop working.
Yeah.
So, because that's electromagnetic interference, right? There's energy coming off of the video and the person. So it causes so many disruptions, and Synergistic can tell you firsthand when we tried to go live on Monday, and every single time I go live, all of the connections will stop working. Everything will stop connecting. The Wi-Fi will go out. The cameras will stop working. Like, I was getting so mad because we spent 2 hours trying to set this stuff up, and my camera was literally glitching out. My microphone stopped working. My laptop shut down. My desk Wi-Fi router went out. Everything was going out. I'm like, this is the Matrix fucking with me, because there's no other way that anything else could be happening. And so the solution was I got a LAN cord. So now I have a LAN cord plugged into my computer, and so I will never have this interruption ever again. So
no,
yeah,
it happens to us too. It happens to us every time. Somebody will put something on, or they'll be in the middle of a really deep discussion. Now they're not just playing, and they're being like emotional and sincere.
Exactly.
They'll go to a glitch. They'll go to a glitch, and they'll start getting more emotional. It goes to a glitch, then it shuts down. I'm like, whoa, this dude just burned himself out with the energy. You could catch the energy on these things. You could, we were in a paranormal sense. These things, these recording devices are awesome for picking up paranormal activity sometimes, like during a recording, like during lives, actual energy glitches and all that cool shit. Did you want to get something else to drink while you're waiting?
No, I've had this the whole time.
Okay. We don't mind getting up and grabbing coffee. So I'm saying, if you want to get yourself something to drink while he's fixing that, there's no problem. You can get whatever you want.
I've been drinking this since the show started. I don't think you probably didn't see.
What is that? What do you got? Is that
what I drink this every single morning. It's a chocolate, no, it's a cacao, banana, and soy milk smoothie with ice. And it's like so energizing. Like if I don't have it, I don't feel awake.
You're a soy boy.
I'm a soy boy.
Holy shit. Congratulations. We're the first soy. No, I don't think you are the first soy boy. We've had soy boys here before. No, or are you the first?
Yeah, I like soy milk. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I've seen soy. I've been in Japan where they do soy sauce, and they have it fermented into the barrels in the ground. That's the best soy I like. I like it in soy sauce.
Yeah, I mean, I use soy and almond milk, but I had soy today, and like my mom bought chocolate almond milk, and I wasn't gonna drink that. So
I love almond.
It's good too.
I just don't know how to milk an almond. I don't know how to milk an almond. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if they have.
Gotta squeeze the udder.
You got the little udder is like a little. It's a process. You probably have to have little people do that. The little with one each nut. You have to do each nut that way.
Yeah,
it's hard to do. That's cool that you've gone out. Now, have you? We'll put it this way: is your classes getting bigger? Like you have bigger classes now. You're a I consider you a teacher, so do you have more students now?
Yes, definitely.
Very good.
Yeah, it's definitely been growing, and people have been buying the courses. And I released a new course last night, actually, and I have 3 courses out. And so the 3rd course that I released last night was the psychokinesis course, which is how to do what I was showing in the video. And obviously that stuff in the video is the basics. And so I released that course last night, and it's sold pretty well so far. Gotten a couple sales. The DMT course is the one that seems to be selling just absolutely like ballistic. Like that one just, I mean, it's still selling. So, and I get so much good feedback from all my courses. I haven't gotten a single negative, feedback from any of my courses. So they definitely work from what I understand.
Good. Okay. That's good. The DMT, now let me put a disclaimer out to the sidebar. DMT is a working narcotic, so you have to have controls. You have to be in a safe place. You have to be in a place where it is legal. You have to have all of the things. Go ahead and explain some more if you want to share that.
Yeah, I don't tell people how to make DMT. I tell people how to secrete DMT from their head, from their pineal gland.
Do that. Tell us a little bit about that. Yeah, thank you. I don't want people out there like, we watched the show and now we're out there doing DMT. No, slow the fuck down.
No. No. So, wow, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, a mimosa root bark. Yeah.
Well, guys,
mimosa hostilis root bark. Yeah.
This has never happened to me before, where I restarted the computer, and my computer could not even log onto the internet.
We were just talking about this.
It would not connect to the internet, but everything else around me is still on.
We just talked about that. We just talked about that while you were off.
And I know I have internet because that was on.
Wow. Well, we're back. We got him to speak though. We got him on here. Can you please
ask a question? The energy that you were doing on those items. I'm sorry, but different people like myself or other people in the chat can we all learn how to do it, or is it some people are like stronger than others? Kind of like the Force and Jedi, are stronger with it. Like if you teach me, can I be as equally as good as you, or maybe nature picks you to be stronger than me, even though I can learn some of it?
You could be equally as good. You could surpass me. It's all about your ability to practice and work. Now, certain people have naturally become good at this. Like myself, I'm good at this because I practice, but also because I've done this in other lifetimes. So I've done this literally in other existences, other incarnations. So it's come very easy to me. Like I remember how to do it. It's kind of like people talk about how they could do instruments in a past life and then they pick it up in this life. So it's the same thing. Everyone can do it. Everyone has the potential to do it. It just depends on your work ethic, how much love you have in your soul, how much love you can actually exude. And about your computer crashing, we talked about this a couple minutes ago, but the energy literally, like, it carries over from videos. So I had a feeling that was going to happen, and then your internet literally wasn't connecting. There's ripples that come off the videos from energy.
Everything around me was connected with the internet, but not the main source.
Yeah.
And this is an Apple product. Apple products don't go down as easy as Microsoft.
I hate
like I've had my phone, like I'll be playing a YouTube video of me practicing my connection, and the phone would just totally die. Like it'll just completely lose all its battery and it's done. And then I have to charge it for like an hour before it turns back on. So it's very common, but it's funny when it happens to other people because then they know I'm not capping. It's all legit.
What is this from Sean Baker? I can teach you how exactly any alkaloids from any plant.
Whoa. Well, then how about you? Okay, Sean Becker, tell us about mellow yellow. I was explaining to somebody today about how they used to smoke banana peelings. They would dry them out, and then they would smoke them because they have a substance inside of them that will get you high. I want to hear his opinion on mellow yellow. And you, young man, I like the fact that you were explaining to people the DMT thing comes from within inside you. People understand that. Don't go out and fucking buy shit in the corner.
Yeah, let me talk about that. So there's actually a lot of research that's been done. First, there's a dude named Rick Strassman, Dr. Rick Strassman. He discovered the spirit molecule, which is dimethyltryptamine, which was located in the pineal gland of rats and mice. Okay. And so basically he discovered it within rats and mice, and then they kind of figured out it was within humans as well, because many people that smoke DMT also have similar experiences when they have a near-death experience. They see the same thing, they see the same visions, and so basically you have something called a pineal gland, which is one of your endocrine glands, and this pineal gland secretes melatonin, and melatonin is very similar in chemical compound to dimethyltryptamine. It's just there's a few molecules that need to be rearranged. But basically what happens is the melatonin needs to be broken down, and then it's converted into dimethyltryptamine. Now, you can actually learn to activate that pineal gland at will. The pineal gland is literally a photoreceptive gland, so it's a light-sensitive gland. So it's activated by light and the absence of light. So I made a course teaching people how to activate their pineal glands and then release the DMT. And this is something I do every single night. Every single night. Every time I meditate, I release it and I go into a vision, just like a hallucinogen, just like a psychedelic experience. I speak with the aliens or the interdimensional beings, and I speak with my higher self or my true self, which is outside of the matrix. And then I get downloads. I get information. I get knowledge, and I get cleansings and all kinds of stuff, upgrades. And there's a lot of different places where the DMT is produced within the body. It's produced within the lungs. It's produced within the liver. It's produced within the eyes. It's found all within the body. So it's actually shocking to me that people haven't figured out how to discover it for themselves. But then again, human consciousness has kind of been limited these past thousands of years. But there's many monks that report that they can do it as well. It just takes a certain amount of training and the right techniques. So if you're interested in learning the right techniques, go to my channel, click on the DMT course, and you will be able to learn the techniques. And then you have to practice them every single day. And as you practice them, your gland grows, your ability to secrete more DMT grows, your access to the universal computer, which is what it is. It's a universal computer. Your access to that increases. You can get more information. You learn about this reality. It's a matrix 100%. You don't have a doubt. It's not a theory or a speculation or something that you need external evidence. Your consciousness literally shows you it's a matrix. And so then there's no need to actually, extract DMT out of plants, because when you take it from the plants, that's an external source, and that's a huge blast. So you have no control over the experience. When you learn how to secrete it naturally, you control the experience. You control how much DMT you ooze out. And if it gets too intense, you can cut the experience like that and just come back to your body.
Very good.
That's my little feel.
No, that's fantastic, dude. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. I want to make sure people out there know, don't be running around and hanging out with some guy in the back of a fucking garage van about DMT. It's like there's a rule, man. You don't buy sushi from a guy in a van. Okay, you buy sushi from a sushi shop with a sushi chef. You don't buy it in the back of the van. You don't buy sushi at a gas station either. So again,
no sushi at a gas station, really? Damn.
I bought sushi at a gas station.
Is that why I need toilet paper?
What's that?
And
Is that why I need toilet paper? Because I bought sushi at a gas station?
Yeah, yeah.
And if you're actually going to buy DMT, I highly recommend you do not buy it on the internet because number one, you'll probably get arrested. They track that kind of stuff. You can buy the plants and then learn how to extract it yourself and work with it yourself. But it's better to drink ayahuasca than it is to smoke DMT. Smoking DMT is a very harsh and intense experience, and you almost never retain anything that you learn. So first, I would recommend learning how to secrete your own, then working up and creating your own DMT recipes or, creating ayahuasca, brewing your own ayahuasca.
Do we know if Amazon sells it? If Amazon sells it, you shouldn't get arrested.
Amazon sells the ingredients to extract it, and so you can literally order it off of Amazon and then make it yourself in like a day.
And Amazon's right here, headquarters right here in Seattle, so I can't get arrested.
You can buy the materials, the paraphernalia to extract DMT from plants from Amazon.
Betty Will.
The plants themselves, you can buy those.
But see, the thing is, if you think that there isn't going to be resistance from you trying to get DMT, like you just saw, like a little bit of resistance. When there's truth being spread out, there's resistance from the Matrix. If you think that you're going to have a smooth time just ordering it off Amazon and nothing is going to go wrong, you're in for a treat because there is an artificial intelligence. And the Matrix does prevent people from breaking out of the Matrix, okay? So it's not as easy as you think it is. It is easy, but you just have to go in it with a really open mind and just go in it very I don't know, just it's difficult to do it without getting affected by the Matrix. So
I think Bob and I should do a show and do it.
You guys should do it.
You're coming down in 3 weeks. We should get the ingredients and build it in 3 weeks and do it live on air.
You're not going to be able to do it live, man. Like,
we're doing it live, 24 hours
live, man. 24/7. I'll be on the ground. The size of that freaking.
I don't need to see the other side yet.
Yeah. If you don't have a reason to go to the other side, that means they don't want you there, basically. So that means you got to stay on your side of the Matrix. Like if you have no pull to that side.
What's the benefit of seeing the other side? Is there a benefit to seeing the other side?
What's the benefit? Yeah. What is it?
The benefit is that you know that this is a Matrix. You know that this body is not even you. You know that you're in a video game. You know that you're the consciousness. Little garden gnomes. I've never seen little garden gnomes. I've seen massive, giant elven beings, but I wouldn't say that they're tiny. But anyways, so the benefit is you learn all of the secrets of reality. And I don't mean that like, where I can sit here and talk to you and tell you, like I can explain and articulate some of it, but most of it is just knowing, like a deep existential knowing. Like there's questions in your mind that are answered when you have these kinds of experiences that you didn't even know you wanted to know. And that may not make sense, but it's like, it's so hard to put into words as a human being. Like that's one of the challenges I face, trying to translate that information into human words. And it's not even possible.
I got a ghost box. I could ask if we're living in a Matrix world.
Do it. But just be careful because, you're dealing with a lower vibrational entity. But, I'm interested to see
while you guys talk, I'll ask it. Are we living in a Matrix world? Something just flew down.
No way.
Put it on the screen. Let's see it on the screen. Somebody threw something at you.
Man, it's really entertaining talking to you guys. You guys are hilarious, by the way.
This flew off the shelf.
What is that?
The Beetlejuice, the guy who died from smoking too much.
Don't say his name 3 times.
His name is.
Don't say his name 3 times.
His name is Smoke Giggy.
Who? Which one is that one? Oh, that's like the guy with the little head.
No, it's the guy who died of smoking too much.
The smoking too much guy.
Yeah,
the slit guy that goes through the suicide. He's a suicide. So there's your suicides in the other world. Yeah, the suicide.
He's got his little package of cigarettes there, which they would never put that on toys nowadays.
No, God, no.
I never opened this. Oh,
Eric,
look.
put the ghost box on the camera.
It says the noise.
Ooh.
Maybe it's talking about the show.
Ask questions. Eric, put it on the camera so we can see it. So we know we can debunk it.
What's the question you want me to ask?
Your guest asked.
Let's see. Let me think. Ask what is the 7 code to you? Ask that. I don't think it'll know what the hell I'm talking about.
What is the 7 code for you?
To you.
That's okay. The 7 code to you. Now the only thing is with these, sometimes it does take a while for it to pop up. So I'll let you know if a word pops up. So you guys.
Okay. All right.
You can't.
It's gonna say like devil or something. I guarantee it.
You gotta ask the question and leave it silent. You just can't talk right after it.
The witch goddess did.
Oh, did she?
You know what? I'm not lying. I was playing with this yesterday, right? And a couple of names popped up. Gina and Olivia. And then all suddenly later on, I asked it if the earth was round or flat. It said haze. And then I'm serious. My last name came up. Then it said wood. I'm like, whoa.
Ooh.
Wood.
The wood.
Okay.
What did it say?
That's interesting.
No, sometimes it could be a while. These. Oh, there's the witch goddess right there.
Okay.
Okay. While you guys talk, I'm gonna ask the Matrix question again. Maybe something more simpler.
Yeah. I don't think the ghost.
I'll let you guys talk, and I'll come over here. I'll let you know. Are we living in a Matrix world?
So my brother is kind of an idiot when it comes down to a lot of things. So he can't hear it. We're shit. Just testing. We're testing.
Are we living in a Matrix world?
So I got a question though. How did you guys make your backgrounds? Like on this Streamlabs thing or StreamYard thing?
StreamLabs just came out with an option for blue screen, green screen. So his is green screen. So if you want to start using this for your shows, you do have an option for green screen. Just go down and pick up your green screen, like a big green screen, right where you're sitting right there. Have it move. And you can add whatever picture you want to the green screen.
That's so dope.
Yeah, that's green. That's why you can see through it. So his whole thing is just a green background.
Yeah, I even got a green mask.
So he can make his face disappear. Watch, he goes into the Matrix. He's gone.
That's so crazy.
He's gone now.
But you can still completely.
You can do a whole show like that.
Oh gosh, it looks like you're dying.
Oh, it says decomposing. I asked if it was living in a Matrix world, and it says decomposing.
It doesn't have enough energy to survive. That's what it's saying.
Decomposing.
So are we dying?
Leave it on.
It's dying.
Half your head is gone. Looks cool like that. You can interview like that. You look like you're part of the Matrix. It looks cool. So we got the DMT question out of the way. He also talks about you could take the. Have you ever taken the ayahuasca? Have you taken that?
I have not taken it yet, but I am going to be doing it soon. I was supposed to do it in June, but with this whole travel thing, this band thing, so I don't know. It'll happen sometime this summer. Is my guess.
Is Robert Wood gay? Is he hiding in a closet?
Are we talking like chicks with dicks? How gay are we talking here?
Can you ask a Ouija board things like this? You can work with a Ouija board, but Ouija boards, you're working with lower vibrational intelligences, and you're also opening up like a doorway to anything that's in the vicinity. So it could be negative, it could be positive. Most of the time, it's going to be negative because only a low vibrational entity comes through a Ouija board. So stay away from that, in my opinion. It doesn't do anything. You already can communicate with these interdimensional beings. You just got to use your pineal glands. You got to use your ability to meditate and to connect. And you can go travel to astral worlds all day long.
Look, Decomposing is correct. We're going through transitions as we speak. Transition to eating positive requires sacrifice of its counter negative. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna blow up as a planet pretty soon.
Nothing's changed.
Oh, because I think you guys know we had if you guys believe in that kind of thing, we had a asteroid just hit around the 18th, which is like 2 days ago, and we're scheduled a large one, ironically, for the 22nd of this month. So that's next week. And I've noticed that we're closing all the stores, even Vegas shut down. So everything's shut down. And it seems to be corresponding with this meteorite that might be coming. It's the size of an Eiffel Tower. This might cause a massive flood. Are you guys prepared?
Round or flat?
Oh, great. So there's a virus, there's a flood. I'll get my toilet paper.
Yes. As long as you have your toilet paper, you can build a boat. I'm going to build an ark. I was told to build an ark 2 years ago.
Is the Earth
I was a little high at the time. I didn't take them seriously. I need to start working on that. I'm supposed to save the planet. I haven't started
Make sure
yet.
you take one of each gender of this entire human
I'm
population.
going to take one of each gender and
or flat.
Yeah.
I was thinking about loading the boat with just virgins, and all the dudes are just going to, I'm sorry, I can't take you on this trip. I can't take you unless you're a good cook or so, whatever. But, no. Your time is over. It's my time now. So do you see yourself as a ruler of the Betos, of the universe?
A ruler?
Yeah.
No.
In the game.
Definitely not.
In the game.
In the game.
Yes.
In this Matrix game.
In this Matrix game, yes.
Oh, guys, I asked if the world is round or flat. It says upstairs.
Huh.
Oh. Okay. Upstairs it is. That's a good description. So it's steps.
Oh, now it says conditions. Upstairs with conditions?
Maybe it's saying like there's beings upstairs above the dome that are, doing something.
Yeah, they're the ones
conditions
making
on
the
this reality.
decision.
Huh?
They're the ones making the decision if you're actually thinking about it. So
Stairway to Heaven, right here.
yeah, Stairway to Heaven. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So are you guys prepared for the 22nd if, in fact, there is a large asteroid colliding with Earth? You have nothing. You have stores. Do you have things?
If it comes, it comes. Whatever. I'm totally indifferent to the state of the world because
what is the coronavirus?
There's nothing to worry about. I mean, we are eternal consciousness. It's a video game. It's like if you're playing Sims and like the Sims game starts breaking down, you'll just be like, okay, I'll just exit game.
The coronavirus.
Sure, your avatar dies, but you are still alive. Most people don't think that way though. They would think they're listening to me and they're like, this dude is crazy. He's just like on drugs or something. But when you got to realize like you are everything. You are literally everything. You are all of consciousness. So your body is not you. When you transcend that, you don't fear anything. You don't fear the coronavirus.
Does this mean to you guys anything? I asked this thing, what is the coronavirus? And it says Carter.
Huh.
Welcome back, Carter. The
coronavirus, Carter? Does that mean anything?
Sweat hogs. The sweat hogs?
Look, it says yes.
Okay, welcome back, Carter.
Maybe you're talking to a retarded ghost or something.
Bob, it is welcome back, Carter. He said yes.
No, actually, it makes sense. You guys don't know the conversation. Me and the ghost are having a conversation. You guys are not privy to that at all. You guys ever see Welcome Back, Carter? Okay, so back in the 70s, John Travolta was in it. It's his first show. It's actually his first TV series. And so it was believe it or not, this is a true story. There was a TV teacher. He was a teacher on TV, and his class was specifically filled with fuck-ups. Everybody in class was a fuck-up. Light.
Tight? Now it says tight.
Oh, tight. Okay, tight. There it is. That's a modern day saying yes. That means yes. What I'm saying is true. It's tight.
Tight, brah, tight.
It's tight. So the teacher was teaching these students he called the sweat hogs. And these were all individuals. You had a really smart nerd, a really cool dude. It was kind of like the Breakfast Club before Breakfast Club came out, but an actual whole class. So I think of you guys like that. You guys are all nerds, but really smart at the same time, and you got a lot of magic powers. like magic power nerds.
Ask it a very simple question. Ask it, are you a boy or a girl?
Okay. Litter clown, take it easy.
I have a feeling it's a female.
Are you
just
a
out of a
female
guess
or a male? Are you a female or male?
Here we go. Waiting. Androgynous?
Sometimes, like last night, it could go quick, but one time it took like 10 minutes because it's up to them if they want to talk to you. Are you a female or a male?
Mm-hmm.
Or
also, it takes them a lot of energy to like get to our dimension because they're far away. They're not really close to this dimension.
Maybe there's too much energy from you.
Yeah. So people that might not have watched the show
it says date. It's got to be a female then, right?
Yeah. Oh man, that's good.
Okay.
So it's like trolling because we're trolling it. It's trolling us back too, basically.
There you go.
It's like a poltergeist, basically. It's like a friendly kind of mischievous kind of energy. That's what I feel.
This is fun.
That's cool. So you talked about this last time because we had a lot of new guests. Talk about what your perception of because you're heavily when we say UFO, your eyes light up. Interdimensionals.
Do you like me?
The tall whites, the draconians, the whole damn. Can you talk about them again? Because everyone likes that.
Yeah, I can talk about them. So here's the thing with ghosts.
Yeah.
Like I never ever resonated with ghosts because I was just like they're so earthly, and I'm like I don't resonate with the earthly energy. Like I never even thought to investigate ghosts in my life. Yeah, it's a guy. Okay, interesting. So that's what I feel. Yeah,
that's not good. It's a gay ghost. That's not
I knew a girl named Ryan, by the way. I knew a girl named Ryan.
No, it's probably a guy.
Good ghost, man. Good.
All right, so yeah, with ghosts, like I never resonated with them because they're trapped in the Earth dimension, and why would you take any advice or any insight from something that's trapped here? Like you're, especially since it's dead. Like not to be rude, but they're just mischievous spirits. That's what I understand. And then we have aliens or interdimensional beings. These are the highly advanced beings. Now, there's many classes, there's many races, there's many different types. From what I understand, they never use names. They never call themselves, we're the Draconians, we're the Anunnaki, we're the Palladians, we're this, we're that. They literally showed me. Every time they've showed me, they say, forget all that human nonsense. Stop thinking like a human. Stop using your logical mind. Stop thinking. Stop making this noise in your head because it's bothersome. It's a bunch of noise. Just silence. Just feel. Just use your intuition. And what they show me is that we are literally all one consciousness. And when you tap consciousness, that is the one unified field, all of the information gets accessible to you. So you experience all these different beings that look different, but literally see everything else as them. So imagine being in that creator role where you are God, where you are truly the only thing that exists, and everything else that you see is you. So when I talk with interdimensional beings, it's not like they're something external. They are you. They are me. Okay. And they are just here to show us what we have forgotten. And so, I've seen a lot of different types, and they all look different, and they are highly advanced, and they work with the code. They are the programmers, quote unquote. So they make sure they do the system upgrades. They're the ones that make the Mandela effect changes, or are maintaining the Mandela effects. When they make tweaks to the code, things ripple out into the physical dimension. They're changed. They're the ones that are aware because they are the backdoor they're the backdoor programmers. Just like in the movie Neo, when he goes, or the movie The Matrix, when he goes back into a back door, there's a backdoor alley. There's beings that are populated in the back door. So you have this web of light all around you, which is these frequencies of light. and you can only see 1%. And there's 99% of frequencies that you're not seeing. So as you see these different beings, they're always around you. And, you know, when you see them, you know, oh, this is the beings that have been guided me. This is the beings that have been guiding me the whole time. And it's a beautiful moment when you realize, no, I have been guiding myself the whole time. This is just a different aspect of me. She said it perfectly.
There we go.
They are the internal and the external representation of us. They are higher aspects of us. And, you know, there's different words that people throw out in the spiritual communities: machine elves, DMT elves, elf gnomes. There's so many words. What I've understood is that these are just descriptions to explain how these beings look. So, you know, they shapeshift because they purposely want to explain to you, we're not a physical being. We're not a separate entity. We are a web of consciousness, and you are that web of consciousness. And when you go back to that web of consciousness, it's like, hey, welcome back again. And then it's like when you leave, it's like, shh, don't tell anyone. Like it's a secret. It's like a big universal secret and joke, and you're not supposed to tell anyone because when you know the secret, you don't want to ruin it for those that don't know it. Now here I am spilling the secret, but it's one thing to tell you, and it's another thing for you to experience it. So that was the vibe I got last time I talked with them, where it's not even a talking like I'm speaking like with you. It's like a direct information transfer. And so they're saying like, you know, you're getting all the answers right now, but you're going to forget. And that's the point. You are supposed to forget. But it's when you forget, we see your true character, who you truly are. Are you going to still, like, even though you remember that you're one, are you going to act as one? Or are you going to fall into the illusion of separation again?
True. Okay. Wow. What about the Palladians? I know I always ask that question, but because everyone's like, you've got the Greys, and you talk about, they're all basically all one thing. They're all part of one thing, but what's up the Palladians? These are supposed to be the beautiful people. Are they the angels? What's the Palladian thing about? I always get asked that question from the Palladians.
So the Palladians, okay. Let me think. I have seen angelic looking beings that have wings, that literally had wings and literally flew out of the sun. And I've seen them many times, but it's been a while. It's probably been a year or 2 years since I've seen them. But they are angels. But the same thing. They gave me the same impression. They are me. You are me. Like, you are the same thing. This is just another aspect of you. And so they're real. But again, I don't think that they think that they're separate or different than humans. They see other aspects of themselves as humans suffering, and then they go to guide the ones that are open to receiving guidance, and then they hope by transmitting information through those beings that they are able to spark something within the rest of humanity. So those that make contact with these interdimensional beings are being used as a channel to transmit the knowledge, so that way humans can awaken faster to their, interdimensional brethren.
I don't know if this is a question or a statement, because she wrote, question. I know I shouldn't be scared to die, but I'm always scared of the unknown, because even if I known it before, I don't remember.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Well, actually, we're talking a lot about near-death experience this whole week, seems like.
Yeah,
near-death experience, is that a glitch from the Matrix?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a glitch, but it's, you die and your spirit basically, you go up or you go out in this dimension for a couple minutes, and then there's the beings on the other side, and they're like, you're not ready to die yet. You still have more. We'll give you a choice. Do you want to die right now and go to your next place, or do you want to go back? Do
you believe that they plant memories? Do you believe that they plant memories in your head? That's why people see things. I'm just curious.
That's a good question. Yeah,
maybe the nefarious ones, the negative ones, but not Not the higher dimensional ones. They have no need to. They don't, because they are one mind. So it's like them planting memories in their own mind. That would make sense.
Well, because a lot of people come back to life, and they say they saw things. They saw their parents. They saw a message. You know, that's what I'm wondering. Is it if you live in the Matrix world, doesn't somebody have to plant that there if you come out of it?
Yeah, what is that?
If you see relatives, from my understanding, if you're seeing like your long lost relatives, that's the artificial intelligence tricking you. That's not them.
Okay.
Because they're not in that same form. Especially if they're like, come to the light. No, don't go to the light.
He says they can.
Yeah, Synergistic had some experience with that.
Oh, really? What did he say?
This is kind of getting deep, and I don't know if he wants me to talk about this, but like we talk a lot privately on FaceTime, and so we were talking, and I was showing him the dimensional beings that I work with, and then he was starting to contact his, and he was investigating his own energy field, and we picked up on a vibe called a tracker vibe, which is a code. Okay, and so there's different codes that they put into.
He says do it, so he can.
Okay, all right, yeah. So I'll go into it.
Here we go.
So, we picked up on a vibe, me and him, and it was a tracker vibe basically. And so there's different codes, right? And this particular vibe, this particular code, felt like it was coming from the gray aliens, and the gray aliens are the highly mathematical, highly cut off from love. Basically, they're very mathematical. They're almost like just pure scientists. So they're kind of like, in a lab coat, studying like a rat, like dissecting the rat, seeing like what's going to happen. Like, oh, the rat feels pain when I stab it with the needle. So they do the same thing energetically, and they test out humans. They put tracker codes on them. They investigate their energy, and they see if the human is even aware. So I was talking with Synergistic one night, and this was like probably hour 4. We talked for hours when we're talking, and we're investigating. We're going through the veil. We're looking at different veils and different light spectrums, and I'm like, okay, let's try and see if we can break through anything for you. And I immediately spotted like 2 or 3 beings that were watching. Okay, so there's actually an image right on the left side next to you where you are, Eric. There is a image of that gray being. Okay, behind you. No, like on your template.
Oh, okay.
So if you zoom out the camera, you can see the image of the gray being, like on the left side. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what they look like. I mean, that's pretty close. And so I immediately spotted like 2 of them, like surveying our conversation. I was like, oh shit, okay, they're definitely here and they're watching. And so we picked up on a vibe on him where there was like this tracker energy on his energy field where they were surveying his energy, because he has a tendency to try to just analyze things and try to discover things and break veils. And one thing that they don't particularly like humans doing is investigating these different veils. They don't like humans breaking out of the Matrix because they are seen as, I wouldn't say rulers, but puppets of the archons or rulers. So whatever you want to call those beings that they are, but there's a hierarchy or whatever. So yeah, it was interesting just picking up on that tracker code, and we could feel it. It was very dense, and it's almost like, when you find cattle, when you find a cow, when a farmer finds a cow, they kind of tag the cow. That's the same vibe that we picked up. So it was interesting. We didn't have any more developments after that, or actually I didn't talk to him about any other developments besides that. But in dream situations, he would tell me he was getting either hacked with his ability, so he wasn't able to perform aerokinesis as well with his energy, which was something he noticed. And then he also was having dreams of being followed, or these magicians, these energy magicians, trying to stop him from doing certain things. And when he would try to break through veils and try to go to different spots of the Matrix, like different dimensions, he would be stopped. He would be reset. So I was telling him that could be some sort of external influence by these beings trying to mess with you, trying to be nefarious, or they could just be curious. So it's interesting to see.
Interesting.
Is this all DMT info? Somebody was asking.
Basically, when you have DMT flowing through your brain all the time, like I do, it's like you're connected to the computer system all the time. So you're
here's another
spewing
question
out
from
information.
another question from Lisa. Question: why do people choose to come back to suffer real bad things?
That's a good question. Yeah,
I would say it's to learn the understanding and to learn what it means to be human, what it means to be physical, to understand the incarnation of pain and suffering, just to learn a lesson, just to have an experience. Why else do you really do anything? Just to experience the emotion. Why do you eat ice cream? Because it feels good. You have that pleasure. You have that emotion that you feel, that high. Why do you do anything? Because you have a high or a low. Why do people like to listen to sad songs? Because it makes them feel good. Even though they're sad, they enjoy being sad. I
think, we got the Pope here with us.
No more adrenochrome.
Let me ask you a question from yourself. If you had a choice to get rid of the Matrix and there is no Matrix, would you choose to live a regular life, or do you like living the Matrix because you're able to do some things like the energy powers kind of stuff? Do you like Matrix, or would you rather not have Matrix at all?
Well, I definitely enjoy being a human. I think it's a very interesting experience, and it's new, it's different. That being said, I think that the Matrix has some serious problems. So,
okay,
if it was my choice, I would try to change, and this is what I'm actually doing. So it's not even a choice. This is what I'm doing. Rewrite the code. The code needs to be fixed. The virus needs to be removed. The NPCs need to be upgraded or deleted, or at least limited, because there's way too many on the board, and they need to be cleansed. And so it needs to be reset. There needs to be a huge reset. The whole system needs to be reset. The financial system, the political system, but all that stuff would die once the code was rechanged. All of that stuff would crumble because everything is fundamentally code. So I enjoy the Matrix because I've created my reality in a harmonious way with the system, and I know how to create my reality. But for people that, don't know how to do that, I see them suffering, and it does make me upset to see them not understand how to create their reality truly.
But say you can't stop it. In a way, if you just stop it somehow, like turn the switch off, is there a good chance that we could all die because now we're connected to something? If you turn the power switch off, our energy's gone, we die.
I don't believe that we could die. I think our physical bodies would die because they're an illusion, but our consciousness would not die. I don't think that the computer would stop working, and we would be ejected from the machine, from the system. So we would find ourselves in another simulation, which is the simulation within the simulation. Which that everything is a simulation. All of reality is a simulation.
It's ongoing reset as we speak.
Yeah, kind of.
It's been undergoing a reset for a long time, but the problem is that it's not really a reset. It's more like an upgrade. But
good question here.
It needs to be cleansed.
It's a good question.
Yeah, you can heal yourself with energy, with your intentions.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people in the Modelo Fed community have said that their crushed spine has healed and stuff. So maybe they're using the power of the Matrix in a way, and they don't even know it.
They're not using the power of the Matrix. They're using the power of themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob had his back healed.
Really healed. Mm-hmm. And my liver and my back. And pretty much a lot of things. A lot of things got healed. I got really big. Got really solid too. Yeah, I was a cripple. I was a cripple, dude. I disabled vet.
I don't agree with it.
Yeah, I was a cripple like a motherfucker. And all of a sudden, 2016, I woke up. I was like, boom! Oh shit! I feel like Superman.
Ask if we are seeing UFO disclosure or just a Matrix upgrade.
Yes, good question.
I don't think you're ever gonna see the government come out and tell you that the UFOs are real, or the aliens are real. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. I think that if you want to look for them and you want to find them, you have to be a certain caliber of a certain energy to find them. So they won't reveal themselves to you unless you're ready. That's not an ego thing. That's like, is your is your ego, is your mind, is your consciousness able to handle it? Some people freak out when they see aliens. They're like, oh my God, these are demons. Those people, they steer way clear of, because there's no need to cause more fear.
Oh, so here's a big question. Let's see here. Question. So on the other side, do we know each other? Do we travel alone? How do we communicate, or do we forget each other again in this life? Sorry for all the questions. No, we love questions. Bring them on.
Those are good questions.
And I want to give her credit, dude. She was on your channel too, in your chat on Wednesday. And it was nice to see her. Thank you for showing her your channel. That's why we're here, right?
Yeah, Lisa's awesome. Thank you for being here, Lisa. And I'm glad you enjoy the talk. So on the other side of the veil, here we have names, we have physical bodies. On the other side, it gets like progressively less and less physical. So there's astral dimensions where you have like a physical body, but it's more like an energy body that looks like a physical body. But it's all about the energy signature, and you speak with vibration, you speak with consciousness, you speak with telepathy, and just pure information transmitting. So kind of how to Wi-Fi, like kind of how like your phone talks to your Wi-Fi router. It speaks through that kind of communication with frequencies. It doesn't speak like, this is a frequency. When I'm talking, it's a frequency. When you're talking, it's a frequency. So same thing in a different manner. And we don't forget each other because we have energy signatures. It's only when you come into the physical body, when your computer overrides your soul, your brain overrides your soul, you have certain memories that are overlaid over your soul memory. But, when you meet someone in the physical realm and you felt like you had a past life with them, you're like, I know you. I know you. Like me and Synergistic. We know each other, not from just this life, another life.
Yeah, I've met people like that. I said, I know you from somewhere, man.
I know you
from somewhere.
Let me ask you a question. I don't want to get into conspiracy of the virus stuff, because too many shows are doing that right now. But is this virus set here from the Matrix?
There we go.
It's I think what it is it's a balancing system and a reflection of all of the negative energy that humanity has had within themselves, and it's now manifesting. So the high vibrational energies of the Matrix are now upgrading, and because of that, those energies roll through the Matrix grids, and they literally uproot all of the trauma, all of the suffering, all of the pain, all of the fear, and then that manifests into the virus, because it has to be cleansed. So it has to come out. It's like you're pulling out all of the negative stuff, and it has to come out somewhere. It has to be shared. And so what we're seeing is now the upheaval of that stuff. But if you look at this, what's going on, there are mass arrests happening right now. People are being arrested. People that are running these Pizzagate stuff, the Pedogate stuff, like all that stuff, they're being arrested. CEOs are stepping down. The big dude that was supposedly the creator of this virus, he now stepped down a couple days ago. I don't want to say his name because I don't know if that's gonna get some stuff flagged on your channel, but everybody knows the big dude of the PC company who just recently stepped down, who's been talking about depopulation agendas for a while.
Wow.
Well, there you go, Synergistic. Thank you for that.
You can't say it. You'll say it in words.
Yeah, I was like, Bill Gates? Yeah, we already know about that. Yeah.
The Matrix kind of, I don't know, like crowd control, like kill off a certain percentage because they only want a certain amount of people on this planet.
Fear mongering. It's not going to happen. Fear mongering. It's not going to happen. If it does happen, it'll be killing the people that were not meant to be on the transition period of the dawn of the new age. So if that happens, it's killing the low vibrational beings. And that is not like, the government choosing. That is the Matrix system, the upgrade codes deciding who to kill. That is the engineers, that is the higher beings, which are us in a different dimension, deciding, okay, you're out of the game, you're unplugged, you're useless here, you're unplugged. If you're not having a certain purpose for being here, if your vibration is not at a certain level, you're unplugged. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're saying that. You're like, flush out the old ones. Flush. If they're NPCs anyway, they're like it's not like they're participating. You know what I mean?
Right. They're not. If you're not participating in the game, if you're not making any sort of impact, if you're just a herd in the sheep.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you got the ability to see somewhat in the future or not, but what does the Matrix have for us coming up in the future? If highly speaking, you already got the virus out.
Yeah, there are infinite timelines. So when you say that, like, it's hard to decipher. What I feel is going to happen is that this will continue on for the next couple months, and probably around the solstice, so late June, because that's when the sun's energies are at its peak, is when this thing is going to die down. And so late June, early July, I just got like July 1st, that just came into my head. Around that time is when I think it's going to stop. But till then, we're going to be quarantined. Everything's going to be shut down. Yeah. Businesses are going to be shut down. And China is starting to re-roll its production, but I think the U.S. is going to be totally shut down. And then when we come back, I think that there's going to be a big shift in the economic structures of this world, especially the U.S. And, whatever happens to the U.S. ripples out to the rest. And I think that after the economic structures happen, something will happen with the political agendas as well. So there's going to be something going on with this political structure. It's not going to be the same. I don't feel it. I think that the human collective is almost like there's so much anger, there's so much fear that's coming up, and it's like hit this critical mass point. And now what you're seeing is an explosion of that energy. And I'm just seeing myself right now, like when I tap into the timeline, I'm just seeing myself sun gazing. So I'm by myself sun gazing in some area, and I just feel that it's not going to get worse, but it is gonna get a little bit worse probably for the next couple of weeks. But then after that, it will come back. But I see big changes maybe happening before the election. So September, October, there may be another wave or something happening.
Yeah,
I'm trying to tune in right now and feel the energies.
He's supposed to be the last president, the last American president. That's the what people are seeing and saying they're seeing. And now you might see something different. I hope you do. I don't see him as the last American.
No, I don't know. See, it's hard to say definitively what's going to happen because things change. But I feel the banks. This is what just came in. Sometimes you have to it's loading. The consciousness stream loads. The banks, the centralization of the currency, I think is going to shift. There's going to be something with the currency that shifts from centralizing it to decentralizing it. So whether that's Bitcoin or whether that's more like a barter system, I feel it may be a barter system, and then that may cause more people to be reliant on their neighbors. And that may start to create a community again of people interacting with their neighbors instead of having this centralized banking. So I think that we're at this situation where, we're playing Jenga and we're pulling where there's this big tower and we're pulling slowly and it's the next person's move and the human collective is ready to just pull the whole thing. The whole thing is crumbling down. That's the image that I'm getting.
Close it.
So I hope that was an accurate enough energy forecast. But that's what I feel.
That's good. That's good. Everyone's saying the last American president. I'm like, bullshit, man. He is not the last president. Well, I mean, Eric's running for president. So maybe Eric, you can do it. Eric's running for president. So
Mandela effect is going to be his main campaign.
We're going to have a Mandela affected person for president. Yes, and a flat earther. No more NASA.
Boy. Hey, don't everybody say that
they're going to take all their toilet paper and throw it at you, bro.
I'm here to bring the culture together, to bring us a happier community. Isn't that what we're about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bongos.
I don't care if you believe the earth is round or flat. You're part of my family.
Yeah, I'm going to be the king of England. I'm already opted for that. I'm going to be the king of England.
There's the timeline, I'm sure.
Yes, and this time I'm going to be the king of England. I'm going to have cattle in the palace, marijuana. I think England's going to be a marijuana capital of the world probably by the time I'm done.
If he technically becomes king and I take him out and his son out, that should make me king.
Shit, now we got a battle, dude. Hold on. If I become king of England and he becomes presidente of the United States, which side are you going to take, dude? Where are you going to go?
I'm gonna go find an island that's isolated and leave everybody alone.
What if I offer you
70, where's your loyalty, man?
72 virgins, my friend. What do you think?
Sorry?
You want a harem? I'm going to offer you right now. I'm going to offer you a job at the kingship over here in England.
No, I definitely don't want a job.
I'm making you vice president.
I'm offering you 74 virgins. They'll be nice.
That means nothing to me.
They'll be nice guys. I'll make sure
Vice president.
If one of you gives me a boat and you give me the island of Costa Rica, I'll be happy.
I'll give you 2 islands.
Well, I think England owns that.
Oh, okay. Then I might side with England. No, but in all seriousness, I sense a lot of just total upheaval. And I honestly, I want to stress that message about the decentralization of the banks. I feel like that's coming. It's just like, it's like being repeated in my head. So when something is repeated in my head, them, quote unquote, telling me like that's what's going to happen. So,
well, it's in the Bible.
If you look at it, everybody's supposed to be helping out, right? Everybody's supposed to be helping out during this crisis, except the banks aren't doing shit. I haven't heard the bank say, hey, if you can't pay your mortgage, we're going to let that go, put it at the end of your thing. Nope. The banks aren't helping with nothing. All they're doing is doing low interest rates for the rich people to buy everything that people have to give up because they're losing it during the virus.
If you remember during 2008 when the economy crashed, they did nothing as well. They gave all this money to all these people that could not afford these houses. And then when people were going bankrupt and couldn't even freaking feed themselves and were literally dying on the streets, they were like, hey, it's not our problem. They took the money. Like, you should be qualifying your customers. You should be making sure that they can afford to pay these loans.
Yeah. Well, the first Muslim president gave them everybody's money, just wrote over, hot checks and bailed out all the banking systems, which is kind of weird. Mm-hmm. They got like everything. They got all the money and all the money and money and money, all the everything. So I hope it doesn't happen again. I think we need to take the banking systems out, but we can't do it physically. So we're going to use the matrix.
Oh, it's not even it's the humans, but this is so beyond us. Like, this is not like we're the small little chess pieces on the board. This is like the big guys.
We need the great spaghetti Cthulhu monster to come down with this.
Oh man, that may happen eventually, but I don't think that's not coming for a while. I don't feel that may actually happen. And actually, that's real. Like, people joke about that, but I've seen that, and not like a physical being. That is an energetic construct. That is the virus. The Cthulhu thing is the virus. So that's an energy sucking system that comes down and drains negative energy out of people and out of situations. And I've seen that physically. I've seen that literally firsthand. And when you see something like that, that shakes you up a little bit.
I'd freak out a little bit.
I feel through humanity, we'll be faced with some hard choices.
You think so? I think so too. Absolutely. They're doing it now. People are losing their jobs right now as we speak. Vegas is gone. I'm shocked. I just heard it yesterday. I was like, Vegas? Las Vegas is shut down? Yeah. Who has the power to shut down Las Vegas, man?
Yeah. There's a lot of panicking going on. I feel this money currency situation, like Corona. Corona means wealth. Corona means crown. And it's tied with the crown energies. So, and the sun energies as well with prosperity. Yeah. So that stuff is like, this is like the financial system is coming down. That's what I feel, 100%.
Yeah. About time. Like I said, the Bible changed to forgive your trespassers to now forgive your debtors, which is that's a word that goes with the banking system. So it's like the Bible telling us now that we're going to have to forgive the bankers. I mean, that's what it's saying. It's saying forgive your bankers. Whoa.
I think that they will be forgiven, but I think a lot of these people are going to be severely punished, like publicly, especially the ones that are the Pedogate ones. I think those may just be publicly executed. because of just how bad it is. But the bankers, they may just be, kind of tossed aside from society, so just isolated. And then some people may reach out to them and be like, look, this is going to be in the future. This is what I predict. Like in the future, maybe like 2050 or something, where like we are all, one collective species. We should reach out to these people, even though they did us so wrong. Hopefully they learned by being socially isolated,
So you think that, I mean, I'm not saying don't say yes, but so you're saying that hypothetically the worst of the worst, and we know who they are, who committed atrocities like crimes that are just includes murder, rape, the whole spill, every commandment broken. Do you think it's okay to do public execution that you're saying? Is that
I think that right? If they're not publicly executed, they'll somehow the Matrix will find a way to kill them. So they may accidentally trip down the stairs and like break all their bones and then die. Or somebody might like throw a rock at them when they're in public and they just, they die or something. Like the Matrix will find a way, because the energies have now shifted. They're totally shifted. Like, there was the old Cabal system, the old Matrix grids, and now it's a total shift to like the human collective is starting to pull at the strings and get the Matrix back.
Yeah.
Well, that's where like, the coronavirus started, right there.
That's ground zero.
Yeah.
Ground zero
right there.
Our dog was running too much. Bob dropped a beer on the ground. The dog drank the beer, and coronavirus started.
Yeah, I kissed an alien on the mouth. I should have did an open mouth kiss on this one alien. Now, I myself was infected, and then I was drinking beers at Eric's house, and then the dog drank some of the beer I had put down.
Oh, no.
The dog licked everyone's face in the mouth.
People, that is where the coronavirus started, right there in my living room.
It happened that way. That's how it happened. So we're responsible for the end of the world. I don't feel bad about it.
It happened on Cinco de Mayo Day.
Cinco de Mayo, yeah, it was 5th of May, yeah.
And it's so interesting because even the school systems have been shut down, and so I'm in college and my whole thing just got shut down. Like,
yeah, you're in college, so your college got shut down, right? Over here in England, they're forcing them. A lot of the schools don't want to do it. And they are literally, there's a lot of protest against it. They're not stupid over in England. They know it's bullshit. They don't trust anybody anyway. They're born with the royal family, that are just a family of liars. So they're really pushing these people here in England to shut shit down. They're forcing them to close the schools. Having a hard time. But in the States, they snap their finger and Vegas is down. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Vegas is down with no protest? Nobody protested.
Saint Corona died at 16, turned 6 upside down, 19.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yay. Wow. That's pretty good. This is the new 9/11. This is the 9. We are living through 9/11, the actual 9/11, and we're living through the Corona fucking 9/11.
And this is just the beginning. Like, this is the beginning. This is the beginning. Like, this is all energy. So this is the beginning of the ascension waves, quote unquote. We've only hit the beginning. So I don't even know. Like, it almost stresses me out thinking about the collective of humanity, which is why I purposely don't connect into the collective energies, because I know how bad it is. Like,
well, dude, I need you to fix it, man. I need you to fix it. I got to get my kids out of this house. I need you to fix it.
I can't. No one man can fix this. This is a collective effort. The collective fucked up. The collective has to fix it. You can't put it on one dude. And like, I purposely do not tune into the collective's energies because I know how bad it is. Like how much fear there is in the collective's energies. So at least now I feel a little bit of a shift, and I feel that shift coming towards July, where things will become more positive. But then the community aspect, that's what I'm like feeling like I need to stress, the community aspect. People need to reach out to their neighbors and create a community again.
Yeah. That's going to be better. I agree with you. It's going to get better in July. Come on. Our government needs to make money. They're not going to let this continue on for a year, because then we collapse as a country. They're not going to let that happen.
The world would collapse, the
world would collapse. They're not going to let that happen because the rich want to stay rich.
Yeah, but see, it's shifting to the point where people are starting to realize, oh, this paper stuff, this is not really anything. Like, this is just paper.
It's not working anymore. Well, they just
like, I can't eat this paper, so I'm going to have to do something else.
They just printed brand new 20-pound notes here in England. Brand new 20. I'm like, wow, they've just printed some new notes in England. Why? I think America stopped printing fucking notes a while back.
Oh yeah, Americans don't even use paper. Everything is digital. All our currency is digital. So Bitcoin, digital currency is going to be the move, I think.
I saw a lady at Costco use a check. I'm like, damn, I haven't seen a check in years.
So do you think we should bring back slavery?
What?
What? I think the pedophiles, the pedogates should be the slaves for a little while. And they should probably be working as the slaves to rebuild the infrastructure of everything. And then after they're done, then there can be a public exexecution. And that could be a fair punishment.
There's an answer. I'm just hitting with the hard ones because we're talking about rebuild.
What a question.
Questions. You got to ask, like, do you believe in public execution? He had a good answer. So I'm going to hit him with one more really hard one. Like, this is a gut puncher. Do you believe in slavery?
Yeah.
Answer.
Yeah, I was looking into this adrenochrome stuff, and I purposely ignore most of this stuff because I don't want it in my mind. But that shit really pissed me off when I started looking into it. I was really angry, and I don't get angry very often, but I was very upset, and I was like, okay, I got katanas. I'm gonna go hunt these people down, and I'm not even kidding. Like, I was very angry when I heard what they were doing, and it's just very heartbreaking to hear people would do stuff like that, because you're preying on innocent children, man. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
You have to be the lowest of the lowest of the lowest to do something like that.
Well, they have so much money. It doesn't
matter. Money is not a thing. Like, money is just paper.
Yeah, they don't need to. So they have to go out and do different things, like hunt human people, and drink adrenal credit, whatever the hell it is, and do the stupidest things and break every rule in the book, and fly a jet to a fucking one of those peace rallies where they're trying to bring down they're trying to bring emissions down and use less oils, and they fly something there that's producing more than just to spit in people's faces. It's ridiculous. It's bad. I'm not hating this. I'm thinking that the Great Spaghetti Monster is going to start fixing shit. A lot of places are underwater, which is kind of cool. A lot of people are going to jail, like you said. Tom Hanks hasn't tripped over anything yet. We're hoping for that.
No, we can't have Tom Hanks die. No, he's our dad.
We need him alive.
Yeah,
he needs to speak to the aliens. That's when I want to ask you a question, dude. I know you might. What do you think about Tom DeLonge? Tom DeLonge is supposed to be the new Americans working for the CIA representative to speak to aliens.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay, well, Tom DeLonge was for Blake 182, and then he also did Angels and Airways, and then he got hired by the UFO people in NASA to go be representative of the Americas to speak to aliens. I don't know if you knew what Tom DeLonge was. I've
never heard of this either.
He's huge in the UFO community.
A total disinfo system, because
it is.
CIA already have worked with the interdimensional beings. Like, if you look up, they were working with LSD and with different psychedelics. They know that the beings are not physical, that they're interdimensional. So I think it's just another bait and switch tactic where they're just trying to distract the public.
Yeah, a lot of psyops. Like lots of psyops. I think we were accused of being psyop, Eric. You know that, right?
Oh yeah,
probably.
People, yeah.
I've been accused of being a fucking psyop.
I've been accused of being a psyop too.
There we go. Hey, psyop agents. Hey,
we're hitting that 2-hour mark. So Matrix, what do you got coming up? So you can tell the people what's coming up on your channel for the next couple of weeks.
Go for it.
Well, honestly, I don't plan like that. Like, I literally just read the energies every day I wake up, and I'm like, okay, this video needs to be made. That video needs to be made. But on Mondays I stream live, and I try to stream a couple times a week. So, I like to free flow. I like to keep it fresh, and I like to just be as sincere and authentic and just my true authentic self as possible. So I post the video basically every single day. That's one thing I can promise you guys if you check out my channel. And I just released my brand new course on psychokinesis and aerokinesis, which is, that was a masterpiece in my opinion. It's some seriously powerful techniques. So you can check that out on my channel as well. But new content, fresh content, more talking about interdimensional beings and consciousness and awakening and the human collective and all kinds of juicy stuff. I'm going to have Synergistic on my channel again in a couple of days, and we're going to have a great conversation where the audio and the video is going to be perfectly synced up since I got this Ethernet cable. Everything's going to be super smooth, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests in the future. I'm going to have Ken Chorley back on, another practitioner, different people. So it's going to be great.
Well, I already heard a problem right there. You said you're going to have great guests, but I don't hear my name or Bob's name.
Yeah. You guys can definitely come on. I'm going to mirror this video on my channel.
If you have any hot chicks on there, you got to guarantee get me on. Eric's married, so. I
think that you guys should come on my channel, and we'll have Synergistic as well, and the four of us can do like a duo. And we can, we can stream it on both channels.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be so cool.
That'd be fun. That'd be awesome. I had a fun time watching your show the other day, just being in the chat watching. It was fun.
Yeah, you were really funny.
Yeah, it was fun. It's sometimes in the Mandela effect world, sometimes you just hear too much Mandela, just too much, and it's a nice break to hear something different.
Eric said you're coming as a cool. I can relax. No, fucking just relax. We'll have fun. We'll talk interdimensional because you have a lot of good information. It's fun. It's fun. It's refreshing. It's positive.
And people in the chat, we already talked that Matrix is coming on this show once a month. So we're going to make it happen once a month. We're going to have fun. Definitely. And then, we'll jump on his channel once in a while. We'll have fun. And we want to keep the combined community, keep it strong and all, support each other.
Yeah,
fun, man.
I'm all about supporting.
Psyop shields have to stay together all the time because we're for the CIA.
Speaking of that, somebody made an Instagram account. I saw you made an Instagram account, by the way. Somebody made an Instagram account, and it literally said, "You are a scammer, Tanuj," and they used my name, and they literally followed me and then commented, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." Am I getting to that level where people are making accounts based on me? Like your haters are your biggest fans. Yeah, that's what I believe. So true. I'm like, dude, thank you for taking the time out of your day to register an email, register an Instagram account, make a password, and all this stuff. But then I just blocked them because I was like, I don't care.
And then I got tons of people. Next week, I have a guy named Jason Jennings coming on Tuesday show. He's in the he's really big in the paranormal community. Whoa. Monday, I'm doing a one-on-one show with Patrick from my timeline. One-on-one. And then Wednesday, for any nerds out there, this is for nerds. This is not Mandela Effect. This is not paranormal. This is not Matrix. We're going to do a nerd conversation about the Star Wars series. So if any of you...
Oh my gosh, I love Star Wars.
If any of you love Star Wars, anybody's welcome to join this show on Wednesday at noon. Sister Sayer is going to be coming on. Bob, you can come on, and we're going to nerd it out and just talk Star Wars, just to have fun. No virus talk, no Mandela Effect talk, no Matrix, no paranormal. It's Star Wars nerdy talk.
If I come on for like 10 minutes tops, you just it's your own. This is Eric's own thing because I'm kind of a prick. So people are like, I really just talk to Eric. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So Eric,
So, Matrix, if you want to jump on, it's just nerd talk for anybody who wants to come on.
Nerd talk.
Just fun nerd talk. That's all that is. So, Bob, you coming on this weekend?
Yeah, I'll be going on this weekend. I'm still trying to work out, I might do the phone thing. I have to figure out how to do the phone thing.
I will have the phone hooked up by Tuesday.
Oh, cool. I might try to do it on this one. I know Brian Stavely put out a video about how to do phones, so I might watch that and see how I can do it. I'm going to have Tits McGee on for Saturday again. It's real popular fucking computer program. Everyone loves that program. So is it a machine? Yeah, we don't know. We hacked into something fucking weird, so it talks a lot of shit at CERN. So we'll have Tits McGee on, and then again I'm going to try to do the phone call thing. We'll see what happens.
That's it, guys. We're gonna end this broadcast. I appreciate everybody coming on. Matrix is awesome as always,
Thanks,
and we'll see all of you next time.
Sure.